Welcome back to Atlanta and Company, and thanks for staying with us. I'm Tom Sullivan. Well, the time-released powder deodorant Huppo is designed to keep you dry by releasing powder every time you move, where you need it, and when you need it the most. And we're not talking about armpits here. We're talking about another part of your body that may be even a bit more important to keep dry. And here to tell us more about Huppo are co-founders Darrell Littleton and Mark Van Iwarden. How are you guys?
Very well. Thank you.
Well, you know, this is kind of like especially for men, this product is really, I mean, it's like for something we never really talk about. So why don't you tell us about Huppo?
Well, that's right, Tom. For years, men, we've been a little bit bashful about talking about our bodies and
Sure.
and staying dry and things like that. But if we all really want to admit it, from time to time we have chafing problems, and
Right.
and it all stems from staying dry. And as an active person, you know, if you're walking in the park, golfers, we have some golfers in the studio, I know, but for the active person, we know that powder works, but it just doesn't stick with us, doesn't stay with us.
Right. I mean, we've all used the powder, but then it dissipates, and it's gone after maybe 30 minutes or so, and it's not really effective.
Right.
So then so we know we need this product.
Right.
And there was definitely a need for it because there's nothing like that out there.
That's correct. There's nothing like it out there on the market, and what we set out to do was how do we make the powder last, and for our wives and girlfriends, how do we not make a mess in the floor when we're trying to get powder on ourselves?
Right.
And so what we've designed a time-release linen pouch that carries it with us, and as we move, it distributes powder.
Okay, well, this is fascinating. Now, did you guys create the product?
Yes, we did.
You
yes,
did.
we did.
All right, it's very exciting then. I'm curious to know how this works, so why don't you show us here?
Well, we have some with us today.
Okay.
And like I said, the powder itself we know works.
Okay.
The problem we've had in powder in the past is that it doesn't last with us. We step out the door in the high humid climate. So basically, we have designed a linen pouch.
Okay.
I'll have you one there,
And each
Mark.
bag contains how many pouches?
Yeah, each bag, it's a resealable travel bag that you can keep it with, and they contain 20 pouches.
And look, as I tap it right here we are. The powder is released, and you can see it kind of falling out like that.
Yes.
So that's where the time release comes into.
Right. So the more active you are, actually, the more powder you're going to get in there.
And it's really a very fine powder, and it's very dry, and it's not.
Yes,
it's got a nice little lavender scent to it.
Right. And the linen pouch, the beauty of the linen pouch, for instance, you're wearing undergarments as you go. You just place the linen pouch in your garment in the fly pocket of your underwear, or perhaps if you're going to the gym, you put it in your sportswear. Sure. We have little leaguers using it. And the beauty of it is it's a linen pouch, so once you're using it, you just throw them in the wash.
Well, how long will this last?
It depends on your activity. For the standard person just walking around, going to work and not really active, it'll last about 12 hours for the day, and it keeps you dry all day. But you know, if you're in a sporting event or whatever, obviously you're going to be moving more, jostling, and you need more powder. So
you do.
Get it
and you know, this product could be really applicable in so many situations. I'm thinking primarily for our men and women, overseas. Fighting in Iraq.
Speaking of our military, we in fact have several soldiers who are using it. In fact, a gentleman that I spoke with before we came, his wife had sent him some product, and he was asking how he gets some more. So it's very critical that they stay as comfortable as they can be when they're out there in harm's way, but just in any venue that they may be in.
And Mark, I know you guys have been working closely on developing the product, and it has, as we've been talking about, so many various uses.
It does. It does. We've got big league football players who are using it. Works great in putting in jock straps and cups. So and it'll last all game. Whereas normally they would put powder and it lasts maybe 10 minutes.
What are guys especially saying about the product once they've tried it?
Well, the biggest thing we heard is, why haven't we had this for years? It's such a simple application. It works. It's comfortable, and you don't notice it. It's real fine. It's real soft. You don't notice having it on, but you can